It's pretty far, isn't it?
Yeah. Help Justin because he's heavy. Just drag him.
Okay, y'all got
All right, now tell them, you have to stay here for 5 years. Tell them you have to stay here for 5 years.
That's right. Tell him, Bailey.
Borderline?
I don't know. I'm just teasing him. Maybe.
Here's the deal, how do you know when you're in the presence of a borderline?
I don't know, Tom.
The room gets really small. And you can feel this real sucking sound because they say stuff that you want to argue with, but they're not going to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I do so well with him. I mean, seriously.
So now how do you do that? Because all I want to do is like get out of the room.
A lot of placating so that you can get them to a point where you can work with them. A lot of, you're right, I understand, okay, but how can we do this a little bit differently? You know, listening to all the drama and all the hype and all that and then bringing them back. Even if you
But again, how do you do this? Because I'm like, I just want out of the room.
I don't know, for some bizarre reason, that probably is my best,
Dealing with borderlines?
yeah.
That's amazing. So do you do that specialized?
DBT, I was just talking about that to someone. You know, I did a lot of that. I copied a lot out of this book, did it with my group, who most of the people are borderlines. And yeah, you can do that with somebody, but generally a lot of it's your regular life stuff. How do you self-soothe? What are your calming mechanisms? You know, how are you going to bring yourself back and recognize you're overreacting? What's reality-based thinking?
I moved to Springfield, Missouri, and while I was there, a guy started watching me through my windows and stalked me. I never even knew it until he broke into my house and tried to attack me, and you know, I scared him off. But I found out later that he was breaking into my house when I wasn't there, and going through my stuff and petting my cats.
Oh my goodness!
And so, like, I had no control over that situation either.
Right.
Here's more parodies here.
Yeah, I want to touch it on. We don't want to touch it on. We don't want to touch it on. Good, guys. We got this function right now. We're going to play another thing. We're going to commercial. We'll get back to you. Just take it out of here. Guys, take us out of here. No, really, this thing. Options, people. Options. Hey, they're number one though. They do a great job.
Options? I can spell that.
Don't miss the chance. Harrison didn't make it that time. Right. It's
bored of
Yeah,
it.
good out.
So what was the most boring class you ever sat through?
Matt.
Word geography.
I love that. Not even one.
Physics. I never had physics. But physics. Randy is tapping out.
Let's see how this goes.
Options. I can spell that.
Oh my God. I'm gonna take you this scratch.
Stay long, stay long.
Yeah, one more, bro.
Yeah, one more.
What is that?
What is it?
Comedian paint, man.
Oh, comedian. Where are comedian paint?
Same colors.
I'm getting dizzy. I feel like I'm sparring a chipmunk. Then I better hunker down.
They're all wild. I guess it's middle school. You did?
Middle school was bad age.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, they gave me a map. I wonder if your map was like mine. It looks like somebody's some child just. Yeah, follow this. Put this in your map.
Really, just out of the blue? You didn't? Nobody took you the first time? And how long did you do that?
I think one semester. It was like, here's your map. It was like in the hills, and all the children were opinionated about which way we should go. And I didn't know.
The first time I went, somebody took me out, and 1, 2, 3. I'm not got a good move.
Just don't worry. I won't.
He took me out, and it was like 102 degrees outside, so we were sweating. And we go out in the middle of nowhere, and then out to the middle of nowhere, and then out on a farm road in the middle of nowhere. He said, now, you pull up in this lane, and if somebody comes out, they're going to ride, and if they don't, they don't. I said, what? Are you kidding me? And then, you know, we'd be driving, say, that house, and go a couple more, that house, and then you turn around here, and you go, I got home, I cried so hard.
Because you couldn't remember?
I called Bobby up. I can't remember the word that I hated so bad. You know, my shirt was stuck to my head. And that man looked over at me. I was going, he looked over at me and I thought, because
you couldn't remember the route or you were sweating it out?
Oh, both. It was miserable. And to just pull up in a lane, you know, out in the middle of nowhere and say, well, somebody get us hurt. Are you telling me the truth?
And he was.
He was.
You're not there.
So we went back out that night, and Bobby went with me, and we went to every house to make sure. And about half of them rode, half of them didn't.
Killed your shoulder.
You know, I had to do a group when that guy's head got cut off in the factory. And they wanted me to do a post-traumatic stress disorder, you know, but this was acute stress, group with these factory workers who were all men, burly guys. I walk in. I've worked at our job at Mid-South for a week, maybe. I go in there, all these burly guys sitting there, and I'm like, so, how you guys doing? I mean, you know, what, it actually went okay, I think, but, yeah, the guy
Was that when you-
cut off.
Was that when you were first started it?
1 week I had worked there.
And now that is a trial by fire, no doubt.
So, it went all right. There was
So
very
is it
little
downhill
input.
from there or in? Is it downhill or uphill from there?
I don't know. I guess mostly down.
Yeah, you've seen some.
8 years of down. You were there how long?
At that clinic, I was there 3 of the longest years of my life.
Only periods. Yeah, I mean, I whooped you in time.
Do I?
I whooped you in time.
Yeah, I did. I was down on Helen and the rest of the time.
Or, I will try. Well, I know that you're happy where you are, so good deal.
I like this. It's short, it's quick. And you know, they go on with their lives. And if I don't see them again, it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Because it's like, you know, I'm going to help you. I'm going to do everything I can for you. And then I want you to go and do well with your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
Except that I see that you kept.
No, that's why I said that. How do you do this?
Well,
And the same story.
Well, and not only that, it's like, you're kidding me. You haven't made 1 inch of progress. Is that a reflection on me, or is that a reflection on you? And we will end on that note because I have so much work to do.
Hey, you're such a little workaholic.
Oh, shut it.
Your family's going to write a book about you.
And my fellow.
My mother's a workaholic.
There's some truth to that.
Hi,
My son
I'm
will be
Kimberly and I'm a
in
workaholic.
My son will be in therapy.
Probably so.
Well, yes.
Will you serve him?
No. No.
You'll do such a good job with him.
No, obviously not if he's going to be in therapy.
Everybody's in therapy.
Are you?
Chance. Let's see. All right, my time to shine. Is it my turn?
You gotta roll one, see who goes first. It's you!
It's
I need more
me.
dice. I need lucky dice.
Which one is that?
Hey, there's 5 here. 2, 4, 5. Have you seen Las Vegas?
No, huh?
Oh, it's hilarious.
What is it?
With I got a full house. See, those are my lucky dice. Robert De Niro, they're a bunch of 70-year-olds that go to Las Vegas for a bachelor party. They've been friends since they were young. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
I didn't get that one last time.
Well, I just want to roll it out there first time. I don't have to worry about it. Now I just need $1 million. Fall from the sky.
I'm gonna get a Yahtzee.
That's what I'm going for this time.
2. Like 10? No, it's
2, 3, 4, 5. I could go for a small straight. Let's see what I can get on the fives. One more. Come on, fives. Which one would you put that on?
Huh?
Would you put that on 3 of a kind?
I would actually.
So that's 15 and 9 is.
I don't know. I didn't have algebra.
That's just plain old math. And you had that. Jim McDavid.
Yes.
That
It was
was
a sad, sad year.
that was when you could carry a paddle around all the time. Pull it out
It's a sad
anytime. Yeah, he's dead now.
I'm gonna put that on 10.
On what?
That's 16, 22. The only thing I learned from him was how to write a check.
That's pretty important.
But I had his wife in 4th grade.
Really?
Mhm.
I guess Jeffrey had her for a principal.
She called me her funny girl.
Were you funny?
I was, actually. I was.
2, 4, 6.
I actually have a lot of potential.
For being a comedian?
Just a lot of potential. Oh, I got my small straight.
You're not even going to try anything else, huh?
No, there's no reason to. I got the large straight. That elbow anymore. I hyperextended it. It hurts my elbow. So we fold paper and you open it up and there's all this elaborate origami.
Okay.
See, that's based on a true story. When I was a teacher, I thought it'd be good for the kids to learn origami. Now, I don't know anything about origami or folding paper or anything else, so the day of course, me and my assistant are trying to do the elaborate. So after that.
So we're recording. So, I mean, is it really normal for a dog just to shed, bucketfuls of hair? You can vacuum, and she goes and sits back down, and it's just falling off as she walks. I can't take it. And we have 2. I really need to come get them. I can't take it anymore.
Do what?
Come get them.
Is this your music box?
I have to have something pleasant. I do work in mental health. Some kind
That's
of
really
calming
pretty.
mechanism. And if someone's freaking out,
What is that, your ringtone? Is that your ringtone?
Yeah, it's a music box. Don't you know a music box? Have you seen one? It just is a table. It's a table getting there because you're learning more and more about what you need. You know, before it may have been that you were putting on more of a mask. Now it's like you're trying to take the mask off, but you're fighting people who want to keep you in that mold. And I think that you're going to get past even having to stay somewhat in that mold with the people who want you there.
Yeah.
And therefore, you'll really be seeking out someone who can meet you where you truly are at.
See, that's what I thought anyway, was I didn't have a mask anymore, I didn't have to.
Because you were away from all the, and that's probably why that was your first love. I apologize, my air conditioner in the office is broken.
Oh, you're quite
so
fine.
I'm
I'm basking in it.
burning up
I've
the
been in the
whole
cold
time.
for 4 years, so I'm happy.
You're happy with the heat, and I certainly am not. Well, I think our time for today is up, but I would love to see you back. I think.
All right, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to learn about you, including what happened around your birth as much as you remember, all the way up from conception, all the way till like age of 2. And so I'll ask you as many questions as I can. You tell me as much as you remember, and then we see your life now and see how the things that happened at your birth relate to what happened now, as far as patterns, things that you decided. And then we get in the water and you breathe the connected breath, which I'll explain. And through that, it's going to release those memories. They're going to come up. You may cry. You may, hopefully you won't yell and scream, but if you do, I'll direct you back to the breath and see if we can make some changes in your life to keep the good and change the bad. So, and that's what it is. So we will talk, and I will ask you, tell me what you remember. I'll ask you specific questions. Let's see, what's the first question I'm going to ask you? Do you know if you were, there were drugs at your birth? Was your mother put under some kind of anesthesia?
I haven't a clue, but I would think not. Only because I was the third, and by then she was popping them out very regularly and close together.
Okay, what was the year of your birth?
1954.
1954. Okay, but you don't know for sure.
I do not know for sure.
And that was around the time many people did have anesthesia of some kind of cell block or whatever they
I
had.
wouldn't have any idea.
You don't know about drugs. Were you breastfed or bottle fed?
I don't know, but I would guess breastfed. Because she liked the idea that I did. I was my older sister that had children that did not breastfeed. She was a proponent of it. So I'm assuming she breastfed me.
What's proponent?
An advocate for breastfeeding my mother. Because she was glad that I did. And really shocked that someone in 1977 would breastfeed. I deeply believe that everything that I struggled with all my life was a direct result of my mother and her past, and how it transcended, but yet she would never talk about it. Every
But again now
she's gone now. Everybody's gone.
She's gone, and it's you.
Yeah.
Now it's you. You just, that
And
you
I'm
decide
pissed.
not.
I'm pissed that I point blank asked her when my son was dying, what happened to my grandmother? Why can't you tell me? The doctors want to know. West Clinic can't figure out what's wrong with him. Oh, back then they didn't have all the tests and stuff. Now, my grandmother drank a gallon of bleach and committed suicide. How hard would that have been for my mother to have told? No, my aunt told me.
Okay.
10 years later.
But now you give it to yourself. You do it for yourself. I was thinking a lot of people, okay, for me, self-disclosure.
Okay.
Lost the train. Where'd it go?
You were
Things happen. Okay, things happened to me when I was a child, and I said that at that point they happened to me. I felt humiliated. I got mean. I got mean as a snake. So I turned that thought outward, and I became a very mean person. And I was angry because my family did not nurture me. Then they decided this 8-year-old will be a man, and I was told by a very wise person, nurture yourself. Start nurturing yourself now, and then you'll be okay. You'll be good to other people. So, because I was I could be very mean. But it was like, but that was in response to something that happened, and I picked up the wrong message. They call that identifying with the perpetrator. Don't have to identify with them anymore, and I can nurture myself.
I've had therapists over the years and good friends. You know, Don, why are you always taking care of everybody else? Why are you always doing and doing and doing? You know, and start taking care of yourself. And you're not taking care of yourself. And my pat answer always was, I don't feel worthy of doing anything for myself. I'd rather do it for someone else and get that thank you, that, you know, praise, that adulation, whatever it might be, from the things I did for others rather than doing for myself.
Okay. Now, we're going to come to the next part where you're going to get in the water, and you're going to breathe some of this out, some of this negativity out. And like I said, you may cry, you may get angry. Focus on the breath, because the breath is going to move this.
You got a good student. I do breathing a lot, so I'm excited.
You breathe a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you don't hold your breath a lot.
Deep breathing kind of stuff. Like every night during my sleep, I have tapes next to my CDs next to my bed.
So you're working really hard on this, but the breath is, you're going to connect the inhale to the exhale.
I've never been guided by someone like you.
Well, you're about to be guided. So, but you're going to connect the inhale to the exhale in a continuous pattern where you don't stop.
Okay.
I am supported fully.
I think to take anything away from this, and I think I will be processing it, honest to goodness, for a long, long time, is that it's really not mine.
You're innocent.
Yeah, I felt innocent. That's the word.
You're innocent.
I've never felt innocent in my life, not even when I walked down the aisle and took Jesus Christ as my Savior did I feel that kind of, you know, born again. I mean, I didn't feel it like a womb experience or anything.
It's not got anything to do with that. It's got to do with
I felt innocent. I felt.
One, two, three, 42.
Come on, give me a bunch of sixes.
Yes, there's some more. One more. That was the first time I got the large straight.
And I was fortunate in my science class in the 10th grade when you're supposed to dissect everything. All our stuff got sent to the wrong lab. So I didn't have to dissect. I never did dissect the frog either, but we were divided in threes, and the other two people dissected, and I watched. And it was a real thrill for all of us. I need threes.
Now they dissect our owl poop. Try to put together a mouse. What are you talking about?
Is that what they do with it?
Yes. That would be more fun than dissecting them.
Find a mouse in this puzzle.
Look at 3. Let's see.
The teachers in Horn Lake used to buy the owl pellets, is what they called it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be darned. I didn't know what they were going to do with it. Find this mouse.
Oh, mine didn't have one. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Oh, I've already got 3 of a kind. I've got to go with 6s.
We took one of the tiles out in the ceiling in the classroom I was in, and the mouse skeleton fell out. It was perfect, and then its head fell off.
Where?
Its head fell off.
At
One
your
leg.
house?
One leg. It was all perfect. I was going to give it to the house. I was going to give it to the science people. I guess they could have glued the head back on.
It was ruined then.
It was ruined.
I've got 2s. I've got 3s.
I'm only going to play 4 dice.
Oh, good. Now maybe I can win.
1 dice. If I see your spring, I'll put
Okay. Call me. Find it. I'll just keep rolling these until I get a 5. No, he didn't see it.
God.
I'd loaned you one of mine.
Stay in the ring, grasshopper. Coming untied, dear. Don't let your pants fall off. Don't do it again. How's your week been so far?
You know how it is around here. It's never stopping moment. It's just constant, while it's on with you.
Your desk is falling apart. You know how it is in community behavioral health. Everything is totally cheap.
Yourself.
Go, Graham.
Graham's going to work. So where does Graham work?
At my police station.
He does. What does he do?
He works with me.
He works with you, but he's got to have a job. What is his job?
He's my boss.
He's your boss? Is he a good boss?
Yeah. Help Graham. Help him go.
He's learning. So
You have to put down hard.
So do you have to pull your boss around?
I help my boss.
That's good you help your boss.
I always help my boss.
True meeting. Failure to follow this policy will result in disciplinary action up to termination. If you like your job, you better freaking do this.
See, drinks, guys, drinks for me.
So did everybody get